It's time for another Dice Tower review with Zee Garcia.
Hey everybody, today I am taking a look at Grifters here from publisher Indie Boards and Cards. Now this one is set up in the same universe as the Resistance, as the reprint of Coup. They call it the Dystopian Universe. And in this game, you and the other players are all cyber thieves, basically, and you are stealing from these mega corporations and sometimes from each other. You are putting together the right teams of characters and going after the big fish, going after the big money. Let me show you how the game works. It's a pretty simple game. I'll give you an overview, and then we'll come back and I'll tell you what I thought of it. To set up the game, we are going to give each player one of these player mats. Everybody gets 3 starting characters and then 3 other random ones just from the deck here, and that's going to be your starting hand. We'll set up a number of coins here depending on the number of players, and then these little mission cards, also depending on the number of players, will be set out. This here is for 3 players. And so I'm just going to be showing you the display area of 1 player, but be aware everyone has one of these and their own hand of cards, okay? So, the objective of the game is to have the most money at the end of the game, and you are going to be counting for that these coins, and then also you might get a bonus from these at the end of the game. If you have more than one of the same color, you're going to get some bonus coins from that. So, on your turn, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to advance time. But that doesn't mean anything yet, because it's the very first turn. After that, you're going to place specialists to your little player board here. And you can do this in one of 2 ways. You can play a card for its power. So, for example, I can play this Mastermind here, who is going to allow me to draw 3 specialists and keep 1 added to my hand. Or you can play more than 1 card as a team, and then you utilize the symbols on those cards to go on a mission. So, for example, if I play these 3 cards here, they all have that red symbol, which is right there. 1, 2, 3 red symbols, 1, 2, 3 red symbols. I would play them all in the first stack here, and I would take this mission. I have successfully completed the mission. I get a reward, which is usually get more money, steal money, things like that. I would put that in my play area, and that would be it for my turn. So let's say I did that for my first turn. And this one says, steal 3 from the coffers. We also start with 3, by the way. So I would already have these 3, and I would steal 3 more. And this, of course, being the coffers. And now I'll take this, I put it somewhere in my play area. It'll be the next player's turn, then the other player. When it comes back to me, I am going to, first thing, advance time, which simply means I move this pile from here to here. If there were already several piles, I would advance all of them. And at some point, when the board is completely full and I advance them, then the ones here in night 3 would just fall off the track and go over here in the refresh area. I would then play a card, either 1 card for its power or a team to go get a mission. And then after that, the third part of the phase is quite simply refresh, which just means everything that fell off the track here, I now get back in my hand, okay? That's how that works. And so when I played these 3 cards at the very beginning of the game, that's great. I've got a mission right out of the gate, but I also don't have these cards for 1, 2, 3 turns, okay? That's how that operates. And so every player will continue doing that, drawing more cards from here to build a bigger hand of cards, utilizing them, putting together specific teams that get harder and harder to put together, as you can see. So by the end, you're going to need a very specific group and a much larger group as well. And the game is going to be over either when the deck here of characters is completely gone, deck and discard, or these missions are gone, or these coins are all gone. And I think that's all the ways the game ends. And once it ends, you count up your victory points, which again is this money, and the missions give you a bonus. If you have 2 red, or 2 of anything, any color, you are going to get a bonus of 2 of these coins. You can count 2 more. If you have 3 of them, you get a bonus of 4. And if you have all of them, there are 4 of each, you are going to get a bonus of 8. So pretty good. You want to make sure you try to get those bonuses. That's pretty much the game. Let me give you a close-up at some of the powers that come in the game here, just so you have sort of an idea of the things you'll be doing in the game. And I think that'll wrap it up for an overview of the game. So here are the starting characters. The Mastermind here lets you draw some cards and get some more. You have the Thief that steals 2 from the coffers. And then you have the Pickpocket here that steals from other players' stash of cards. You are going to get Dirty Cop over here that steals 1 for every opponent's stash that is a team. So they would check on the player board which ones of those piles of cards are teams. If it's more than 1 card, it's a team. And then steal some stuff from that player. This one lets you get more specialists in your hand. You have here a Con Man, steal 1 from the coffers, and 1 from each opponent. We have a Thug here, which lets you team this card up with another card to supercharge them. And as you can see, the artwork on these cards is fantastic as well. Fixer here lets you draw 2 and then add 1, get some money as well. Protege lets you copy someone else and take and utilize their power. Snitch, Blackmailer. This is a special one because it's Inside Man. This one is any of the 3 symbols, in fact. And it has a really funky power where you can steal a card from someone else, but then you give them this card. Femme Fatale, another one. So, just to give you an idea of some of the Enforcer here, some of the artwork, the Wheelman, some of the artwork that's in the game, I think it's, as I said, really, really interesting look to the whole thing. And it's a decent amount of varied powers, and that is Grifters. This game brought me a lot of very pleasant surprises. The first thing I noticed, of course, was the look of the game, and I happen to like it a lot. I like the cards, I like the cover, but that wasn't a surprise. I could see that. What I thought was interesting and did surprise me is that the game is actually pretty light. It's not a complex game, and it's very quick. It's a game that moves at a nice clip. Your turns are going to come and go very quickly. Once you're done doing a couple of things, boom, it's your turn again. I like that the game gets going immediately. There's no build-up in this game. There's none of that phase where you feel like, okay, the game's ramping up. We are going to be having really cool things in just a minute. No. In this game, right from the very first turn, you'll be able to do really cool stuff. You'll be able to get some new characters. You might be able to get one of those missions. You'll be able to mess with your opponents because they start with money. So you could steal from them immediately. And I like that a lot. I like that the game doesn't waste any time. It cuts to the quick with the good stuff. It's an interesting game. I guess my only complaint of it at the end of the day would be that I wish there was more card variety in the game. Even after a few plays, I'm thinking, I'm still really digging this. Where's the expansion, you know? And if it's coming, then amazing. I look forward to it very, very much because I think it's going to help a lot. But even if it doesn't come, that does not invalidate that the game is really fun, very well done, an attractively developed package. Grifters, if you're looking for a light card game, if you like this theme, if you like the look, if you want a little bit of take that, but also a really clever hand manipulation game, then this is going to give you all of those things, and it's going to give them to you in a short time frame and in a game that picks up speed right away. Check this one out. Big thumbs up from me. That is Grifters.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.